Aquarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-July 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for my lovely Aquarians out there. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's shuffle it up one time. Let's see what we got for Aquarius, please. And thank you, my guides. And yes, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock for Aquarius. See what we got, my guides. Talk to me. What's up for my friends here as we move on through the year? Okay, we have this dreamy type of energy, which I do feel like I've been seeing for you in recent weeks, Aquarius, and I've been saying it every week that this always reminds me of water sign energy, and it's showing up for you again right here in the forefront. A lot of you could have a lot on your mind. You could be thinking quite a lot of things. But before we get into all the nitty-gritty details of that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the July subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Have a look here. You see this beautiful lady in the purple dress. There's hot air balloons behind her. There's all sorts of nonsensical imagery happening here. It's very etheric in the background. So to me, this does link into the etheric realm, the mental realm, the dream realm, the astral plane, whatever we want to call it. So for a lot of you, you might just have a very active mind and imagination in this time. And I've been saying it for a couple weeks now with this watery, imaginative type of energy. You could be extra creative. So any creative pursuit, any creative endeavor could be very positive for any Aquarian in this time. Whether it's writing, whether it's art, whether it's sculpting, whatever you want to do, as long as you're expressing those thoughts and turning them into material things, could be very, very powerful. Whatever way that functions for you. Now, for a portion of you with all this thought-based energy, if you're not releasing it in some sort of way, like, yeah, you might be a little bit on edge or lost in the sauce a little bit. That's fine, but we're just going to keep pushing. Now, for some of you, that could just be focusing on sleep. Spirit might be wanting you to get a little more rest, be in dreamland a little more. But yeah, let's get into tarot now. I'm going to shuffle it up, get you three in the upright before we get the intuitive juiciness going. What do we got here for Aquarius? And yeah, that first card, I always say it doesn't make or break the reading. You know that. So let's talk about last week's reading while we get this one together. It was a different flavor of energy than we normally get for you, Aquarius. It was titled A Big Rejection, and the vibe I was getting was either rejecting a person, rejecting a feeling, rejecting something. There could have been something for a lot of Aquariuses where it just wasn't fitting for you, wasn't fitting the mold, whether something was being pushed away. Okay, hopefully you weren't being rejected from something, but that was a vibe I was picking up. And remember, those energies could still bleed through from week to week. But we're going to see what we have for you this week. You know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're linked to. Let's get you three cards. What do we got for Aquarius here, my guides? There we go. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, Page of Wands, position number 1. Let's go. This could be a communication here. This could be someone getting something going. Like, let's get a move on here. Let's get this popping. Let's get 2 more cards out here for Aquarius. Interesting way to start. We're starting with a bang with that Page of Wands. Okay. Double pages here. Very interesting. Page of Swords. That's a card that could represent you. Looks like these two are facing off a little bit, huh? Let's get one more. Very interesting, my friends. Very interesting indeed. Okay, we got the Death card on the back end. Do not be nervous or afraid of this card if you're new to tarot. Okay, so powerful reading here, Aquarius. I mean, as usual, right? I say it every week. That's why this sign is one of my favorites to read for. It's always so nuanced with a lot of stuff going on. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes before we get into the intuitive stuff. Now, at first glance, when I look down here, obviously I need to mention that we have 2 pages. Those are powerful archetypes that we're going to need to explore if those aren't representative of people. We also have the Death card. Those are big karmic energies and powerful themes of change and creation. So let's go through one by one. We'll really break this down before we get into the intuitive stuff. Position number 1, we have the Page of Wands. This could represent fire sign, so Aries, Leo, Sag. And when we see this, this is somebody that wants to get something done. They want to get something going. It's a burst of energy. Now, the thing with the Page of Wands, it is sometimes a person that can use their energy up very quickly, or like, so when this card shows up, you might go 0 to 100 and lose your oomph for something, or you might get tired out very quickly with this card if you don't focus up your energy in the proper place. But as with all pages, they're students and they're messengers. So with double pages, there could be a lot of new things coming into the fold for Aquarius. Okay, or there could be something lighting a flame within you, like, let's get this going. Now, the fact that we have 2 pages and in their images, they're facing each other, we could be looking at some sort of communication or talk. The clarifiers are going to be super important here, especially because they're fire and air. So this explosive energy is showing up, okay? And I don't want to overuse that term, but when you mix the fire and air, especially with both pages, you know, these energies react off each other for good, bad, or indifferent. Now, moving to the center, this page is a bit of a different flavor. This is air sign energy. So this could be you, Aquarius, even though you're the water bearer, you're an air sign. Libra, this could be a Gemini as well. But the Page of Swords is a defensive energy. This is someone that's a little guarded, could be a little skeptical, still willing to learn new things, but they got their eye on something. The Page of Swords is someone that does have their defenses up. So I could see like this person trying to break that person's defenses down. This could possibly be a headbutting. I don't want to go there just yet. But when we have the Page of Swords, aside from the learning new things and the defensiveness, all that, this is the Watcher of the Tarot deck. So if when we clarify it, it's not something describing how you're feeling or something that's coming to you. This could be someone that's keeping tabs on you, or you might be keeping tabs on somebody else when the Page of Swords shows up. We'll just leave it at that. But once again, new things, communication, these are big themes that we're seeing here. Now, moving to the very, very back end, we got the Death card. Personally, one of my favorite cards, and that's because I'm a Scorpio moon, so I like the Death card. But this is nothing to be nervous about. It's nothing to be afraid of. This is a card of change. It's a card of transformation. Think of a phoenix rising from the ashes. So some of you might just be connected to the Scorpio when this shows up. But this could be talking about big metamorphosis and change happening. It's also a card of the karmic cycle of life. Now, I've been seeing the karmic cycle show up in a lot of the readings this week, all across the whole zodiac. So there are big karmic energies at play for the whole collective. So I'm really going to want to see what this Death card is about. Yeah, sometimes it could represent something coming to a close, but I'm not going that route. It's not giving me that feeling just yet. It could just be more about transformation and change. So with all that being said, let's dive deeper, Aquarius. We're going to jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for my Aquarians, please. Very, very interesting lineup we got going on. And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Page of Wands. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Aquarius, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, let's go. What do we got this Page of Wands here for? What's this fire doing right in the beginning? Thank you. Oh, okay. This is someone that's like, all right, yeah, I'm going to tell you the harsh truth. I'm going to tell it to you how it is. I'm not pulling any punches. We're going to keep it real here. So for some of you, there could be some sort of harsh conversation going on. We have the Ace of Swords in the upright underneath this Page of Wands. For a portion of you, aside from a harsh talk or a serious talk, because that could be represented here, I do feel, aside from someone not pulling any punches, it could be you being realistic about your future as well. Like, okay, is this realistic? Is this a realistic option for me? Can I do this? Can I attain this? Like, let's think logically about that. So for a portion of you, that could be it. But once again, we got the fire and air all combining. This explosive energy is still lingering. I really want to get over to that Page of Swords before I really go into too much depth about this possible conversation. But someone is wanting to keep it real, and it's borderline hurtful. Okay, it's like keep it real to a point where it's like borderline like mean. Okay, so we're just going to leave it at that. I'm not saying if that's proper or not. You know, like everyone's going through different situations in this time. For some of you, it could be a good thing though, right? If you're looking at your future, looking at your plans, looking at ways you want to go or certain things you want to cut out, you might be just looking at them realistically. Let's go in on that Page of Swords though. Once again, Ace of Swords, that's a card of the new. So there's a lot of new here as well for you, Aquarius. So for some of you, these could be all new situations popping up or new individuals. Let's see what's up with that Page of Swords. Thank you. Two of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, you might be... Okay. I feel like this might be your energy here in the middle, Aquarius. We have the Two of Pentacles in the upright underneath this Page of Swords. Once again, very low numbered. We're getting a lot of these new, fresh cycles, fresh situations, fresh things. You might be in a wait and see type of moment, or in a brain space where like this person, it feels like they're doing the damn most, or they're trying to be harsh, they're trying to talk about this, they're trying to do this and think logically, but you might be like, okay, I'm just going to wait and see how this turns out, or I'm going to keep a balanced approach here, which feels good. For a lot of you Aquarians, there might be someone leaning into you hard verbally or pressuring you. So watch out for that. Like there could be someone who's like, I don't want to use the word salesman, but there could be someone that is very pressury like that, where they're trying to get their point across. They're trying to get, they want a certain response from you, and they're just going. I feel like a lot of Aquarians are just in a very balanced place. Like, okay, I'll hear you out. I'll talk to you, but I'm not promising nothing. Like, I will hear you out though. Like, that's a vibe I'm picking up here. So a lot of you could be in a very balanced place, especially when it comes to making a choice and making a decision, because maybe someone's presenting you with an option, especially if it's a serious talk of some sort and someone's coming in hot and heavy. They might be asking you to make a choice, make a decision, make a judgment call. I feel like a lot of you are in like, okay, I will not be rushed. Let's wait and see. You might be a little skeptical too. So there's a lot of communication going on here. There might be big decisions and choices at play as well. Let's move on to the Death card. Yeah, there could be a salesman in the mix somewhere for you Aquarians. I don't know what's going on here. Let's see what's up with that Death card. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow. So what's up here? I feel like I like the approach you're going to take or are taking in this time. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, the karmic wheels are turning here, my friends. We have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. You might be presented with a situation that you've already conquered in the past, or there might be some sort of blast from the past. Once again, this is something I've been seeing for a lot of signs. Double karmic cards right here on the back end. So I feel like it's one of two things. One, for a lot of you, you could be going through a massive change or metamorphosis here. But another thing here, Spirit might test you with things that you've already experienced in the past, but in a different form. So just be on the lookout for that, because this could be a big karmic test of some sort, where like it's the same situation, but in a different skin, okay? Or presented to you in a different way. And Spirit might just be gauging you for some reason. But I do feel for a lot of you, there's like a massive change afoot, whether it's within you or within certain situations, especially with double karmic cards, one in the upright, one in the reverse. To me, this represents the whole karmic cycle on the back end. Okay, I'm not saying like, oh yeah, that person's going to get the karma for what they've done. I'm not feeling that served up type of energy here, but it's more about the progression of life. So just watch, like there might be things from the past resurfacing, which once again is something I've been seeing throughout the whole zodiac. Let's go through and do a quick little recap here. Very nuanced reading, just like every Aquarius reading is. Only take what's for you. You might have an interesting week ahead of you, my friends, but let's go through one by one before we get into the shadow card. Position number one, obviously all these low numbered cards here, so there could be a lot of new things coming in, or new situations, new options, new people. But the Page of Wands with the Ace of Swords in the upright, I feel someone coming in very hot and heavy. This could be a serious talk where someone's like, okay, I'm going to give you the honest truth. It could be a harsh talk as well. Like, I'm not going to pull any punches. I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And it just feels like someone is doing the most. Like they're coming in hot. They're coming in heavy. And it's very pressurized, almost like a salesman. Like I said, moving to the center, we have the Page of Swords with the Two of Pentacles in the upright. I feel like a lot of you will listen. You might entertain whoever this is or whatever conversation this is, but you're in a wait and see and a little skeptical here with what I have here. I think this is a very good balanced approach that this person's giving in the center compared to this hot and heavy person doing the most here. So there could be interesting convos coming up for a lot of you, or someone trying to pressure you to do something too. There's just so much. But moving to the back end where it gets very interesting, because we go from like micro situations to macro. We have the Death card with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. I did feel like for a lot of you, this could be some sort of karmic test from Spirit, where something that you've already gone through is reskinned and presented to you again. So just know that you might be tested in some sort of way. Another big vibe I was picking up there is like a lot of Aquarians could just be going through a time of massive change and metamorphosis. So do with that what you will, my friends. Very powerful on the back end. Please take a screenshot if you want to look into those further. Let's get you a shadow card to put a cherry on top here. Interesting stuff, my friends. And always remember, if the reading doesn't hit, you can check your other alignments. It's all good. I know how it goes. What do we got here for Aquarius in the shadows? Please. And yes, I always like to pull a shadow card at the very end. I think it's a nice introspective way to end off every reading. So let's see what we got for you in the shadows, my friends. What's in the shadows for Aquarius? Whether it's something within yourself or something you don't quite see just yet. I always think it's a nice card to pull. There it is. Okay, so we have the Devil in the shadows. This card does show up often in the shadows, and I will say this. I've been seeing this card throughout the zodiac once again. For a portion of you, yeah, maybe this is Capricorn you have links with. Now, what do we know about the Devil? This is a card that does kind of belong in the shadow side. This could be something you have deep within you, whether a behavior or a thought process that you keep deep down. Spirit might be asking you to really take a look at it, though, when it shows up as a shadow card. The Devil could be so many different things. This could represent addiction. The Devil could represent thought patterns like obsessiveness, jealousy, stuff like that. Not saying these are things you're feeling, but maybe people are feeling those things towards you. That could be a big possibility. But if you're not linked with a Capricorn, this Devil shows up when there is something that's been with us for a long time that might need the light of day. Spirit could be asking you to dig into that. And that's what I've been picking up for a lot of the signs this week, is like, even if it's painful, even if it's hurtful, if you got something you've been holding on to, dig into it. Like, really dive in, shine some light on it, and get down to the root. So that could be it here. So yeah, Aquarius, that's what I got for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the July subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the June subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced in my community tab after this week's fire and air signs readings. But for July, I'll be giving away 2 copies of the Everyday Witches Tarot. Once again, one of my favorite decks and one of the first ones I ever gave away on this channel. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the tarot suits, which one has your favorite art style? Is it the swords, wands, pentacles, cups, even the major arcana? You'll be entered to win. And at the end of July, I'll put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.